Parsha 19, Terumah, which means contribution, will be Exodus 25:1 through 27:19, or Shemot, as it's called in Hebrew. Adonai said to Moshe, "Tell the people of Israel to take up a collection for me, accept a contribution from anyone who wholeheartedly wants to give. The contribution you are to take from them is to consist of gold, silver, and bronze, blue, purple, scarlet yarn, fine linen, goat's hair, tanned ram skins, and fine leather, acacia wood, oil for the light, spices for the anointing oil, and for the fragrant incense, onyx stones and other stones are to be set for the ritual vest and breastplate. They are to make me a sanctuary, so that I may live among them. You are to make it according to everything I show you, the design of the tabernacle and the design of its furnishings. This is how you are to make it. They are to make an ark of acacia wood, 3 3/4 feet long, 2 1/4 feet wide, and 2 1/4 feet high. You are to overlay it with pure gold. Overlay it both inside and out, and put a molding of gold around the top. Cast 4 gold rings for it, and attach them to its 4 feet, 2 rings on each side. Make a pole of acacia wood, and overlay them with gold. Put the poles into the rings on the side of the ark. You will use them to carry the ark. The poles are to remain in the rings of the ark. They are not to be removed from it. Into the ark you are to put the testimony which I am about to give you. You are to make a cover for the ark out of pure gold. It is to be 3 3/4 feet long and 2 1/4 feet wide. You are to make 2 kivrim of gold. Make them of hammered work for the 2 ends of the ark. Make 1 kivrim for one end and 1 kivrim for the other end. Make the kivrim of one piece and with the ark cover at its 2 ends. The kivrim will have their wings spread out above, so that their wings cover the ark, and their faces are toward each other and toward the ark cover. You are to put the ark cover on the top of the ark. Inside the ark you will put the testimony that I am about to give you. There I will meet with you. I will speak with you from above the ark cover, from between the 2 kivrim which are on the ark for the testimony, about all the orders I am giving you for the people of Israel. You are to make a tablet of acacia wood, 3 feet long, 18 inches wide, 18 inches high. Overlay it with pure gold, and put a molding of gold around the top of it. Make around it a rim a handbreadth wide, and put a molding of gold around the rim. Make 4 gold rings for it, and attach the rings to the 4 corners near its 4 legs. The rings to hold the poles used to carry the table are to be placed close to the rim. Make the poles of acacia wood, overlay them with gold, and use them to carry the table. Make its dishes, pans, bowls, and pitchers of pure gold. On the table you are to place the bread of the presence in my presence always. You are to make a menorah of pure gold. It is to be made of hammered work. Its base, shaft, cups, ring of the outer leaves, and petals are to be of one piece with it. It is to have 6 branches extending from its side, 3 branches of the menorah on one side of it, and 3 on the other. On one branch are to be 3 cups shaped like almond blossoms, each with a ring of outer leaves and petals. Likewise on the opposite branch, 3 cups shaped like almond blossoms, each with a ring of outer leaves and petals. Similarly for all 6 branches extending from the menorah. On the central shaft of the menorah are to be 4 cups shaped like almond blossoms, each with its ring of outer leaves and petals. Where each pair of branches joins the central shaft is to be a ring of outer leaves of one piece with the pair of branches. Thus for all 6 branches. The rings of the outer leaves and their branches are to be one piece with the shaft. Thus the whole menorah is to be a single piece of hammered work made of pure gold. Make 7 lamps for the menorah, and mount them so as to give light to the space in front of it. Its tongs and trays are to be of pure gold. The menorah and its utensils are to be made of 66 pounds of pure gold. See that you make them according to the designs being shown you on the mountain. You are to make the tabernacle with 10 sheets of finely woven linen, and with blue, purple, and scarlet yarn. You are to make them with kivrim worked in, that have been crafted by a skilled artisan. Each one is to be 42 feet long and 6 feet wide. All the sheets are to be the same size. 5 sheets are to be joined one to another, and the other 5 sheets are to be joined one to another. Make loops of blue on the edge of the outermost sheet in the first set, and do the same on the edge of the outermost sheet in the second set. Make 50 loops on one sheet, and make 50 loops on the edge of the sheet in the second set. The loops are to be opposite one another. Make 50 fasteners of gold, and couple the sheets to each other with the fasteners, so that the tabernacle forms a single unit. You are to make sheets of goat's hair to be used as a tent covering for the tabernacle. Make 11 sheets. Each sheet is to be 45 feet long and 6 feet wide. All 11 sheets are to be the same size. Join 5 sheets together and 6 sheets together. Fold the 6th sheet double at the front of the tent. Make 50 loops on the edge of the outermost sheet in this first set, and 50 loops on the edge of the outermost sheet in the second set. Make 50 fasteners of bronze, and put the fasteners in the loops, and join the tent together so that it forms a single unit. As for the overhanging part that remains of the sheets forming the tent, the half sheet remaining is to hang over the back of the tabernacle, forming the tent. The half sheet remaining is to hang over the back of the tabernacle, and the 18 inches on the one side and the 18 inches on the other side, that remaining in the length of the sheets forming the tent, is to hang over the tabernacle to cover it on each side. You are to make a covering for the tent of tanned ram skin, and an outer covering of fine leather. Make the upright planks for the tabernacle out of acacia wood. Each plank is to be 15 feet long and 2 1/4 feet wide. There are to be 2 projections on each plank, and the planks are to be joined one to another. That is how you are to make all the planks for the tabernacle. Make the planks for the tabernacle as follows: 20 planks for the south side facing southward. Make 40 silver sockets under the 20 planks, 2 sockets under one plank for its projections, and 2 sockets under another plank for its 2 projections. For the second set of the tabernacle, to the north, make 20 planks, and for their 40 silver sockets, 2 sockets under one plank, and 2 under another. For the rear part of the tabernacle, toward the west, make 6 planks. 1 for the corners of the tabernacle in the rear, make 2 planks. These are to be doubled from the bottom all the way to the top, but joined in a single ring. Do the same with both of them. They are to form the 2 corners. Thus there will be 8 planks with the silver sockets, 16 sockets, 2 sockets under one plank, and 2 under another. Make the crossbars of acacia wood, 5 for the planks of one side of the tabernacle, 5 crossbars for the planks of the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 crossbars for the planks at the side of the tabernacle at the rear toward the west. The middle crossbar, halfway up the planks, is to be extended from end to end. Overlay the planks with gold. Make gold rings for them through which the crossbars will pass, and overlay the crossbars with gold. You are to erect the tabernacle according to the design you have been shown on the mountain. You are to make a curtain of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and finely woven linen. Make it with kivrim worked in, and have them that have been crafted by a skilled artisan. Hang it with gold hooks on 4 acacia wood posts overlaid with gold and standing in 4 silver sockets. Hang the curtains below the fasteners. Then bring the ark for the testimony inside the curtain. The curtain will be the divider for you between the holy place and the especially holy place. You are to put the ark cover on the ark for the testimony in the especially holy place. You are to put the table outside the curtain and the menorah opposite the table on the side of the tabernacle toward the south. Put the table on the north side. For the entrance to the tent, make a screen of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and finely woven linen. It should be in colors, the work of a weaver. For the screen, make 5 posts of acacia wood, overlay them with gold, and cast for them 5 sockets of bronze. You are to make the altar of acacia wood, 7 1/2 feet long and 7 1/2 feet wide. The altar is to be square and 4 1/2 feet high. Make horns for it on its 4 corners. The horns are to be of one piece with it, and you are to overlay it with bronze. Make its pots for removing ash, and its shovels, basins, meat hooks, and fire pans. All its utensils you are to make of bronze. Make for it a grate of bronze netting, and On the 4 corners of the netting, make 4 bronze rings. Put it under the rim of the altar so that the netting reaches halfway up the altar. Make poles of acacia wood for the altar and overlay them with bronze. Its poles are to be put into the rings, and the poles are to be on both sides of the altar for carrying it. The altar is to be made of planks and hollow inside. They are to make it just as you were shown on the mountain. Here is how you are to make the courtyard of the tabernacle. On the south side, facing southward, are to be tapestries for the courtyard made of finely woven linen, 150 feet for one side, supported on 20 posts and 20 bronze sockets. The hooks on the posts and the attached rings for hanging are to be of silver. Likewise, along the north side are to be tapestries 150 feet long, hung on 20 posts and 20 bronze sockets, with silver hooks and rings for the posts. Across the width of the courtyard on the west side are to be tapestries 75 feet long, hung on 10 posts and 10 sockets. The width of the courtyard on the east side, facing east, will be 75 feet. The tapestries for one side of the gateway will be 22.5 feet long, hung on 3 posts and 3 sockets. For the other side there will be tapestries 22.5 feet long on 3 posts and 3 sockets. For the gateway of the courtyard there will be a screen 30 feet long, made of blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and finely woven linen. It should be in colors, the work of a weaver's. It is to be on 4 posts and 4 sockets. All the posts, all the way around the courtyard, are to be banded with silver, and to stand in sockets of bronze. The length of the courtyard is to be 150 feet, and the width 75 feet, everywhere with the height 7.5 feet. The tapestries and screen are to be finely woven linen, and the sockets are to be of bronze. All the equipment needed for every kind of service in the tabernacle, as well as the tent pegs for the tabernacle and the courtyard, are to be of bronze.